Assalamu alaikum doctors. Today our topic of discussion is all around the drugs that acting upon the uterus. So there are two types of drugs that acting upon the uterus, that it might be excite the uterus or it may relax the uterus. So it is broadly classified into two types, that is uterine stimulants which is also called exotoxics, and there is uterine relaxants which is also called Tocolytics. So the drugs acting on uterus, it is broadly classified into two parts: uterine stimulants, which is also called oxytocin, and uterine relaxant, which is also called tocolytics. So these uterine stimulants, these are the drugs that basically it stimulate the uterine contraction and it may lead to parturition. And these are the drugs that relax the uterus. Now there are certain drugs that are coming under the class of uterine stimulants. So for that we are having a sentence, and you need to know and you need to remember that. So the sentence is oxytocin. The sentence is oxytocin excite pregnant uterus. So what is the trick to recall the drugs that are coming under the class of uterine stimulants? For that we are having a trick, that is oxytocin excite pregnant uterus. We are more focusing upon the initial letters of each word, like we will be more focusing upon O, E and P. That is O, E and P. So where O stand for the oxytocin, O stand for the oxytocin, E stand for ergot, alkaloids that contain methyl ergometrin and ergotamine. So where E stand for the ergot, alkaloids containing methyl ergometrin or ergotamine, where P stand for prostaglandins, containing dinoprostone and carboprost. So it is worth noting the drugs that are coming under the class of uterine stimulants. For that you need to recall the sentence, that is oxytocin excite the pregnant uterus. We will be more focusing upon the initial letters of each word, that is O, E and P, where O stand for the oxytocin, where V stand for the ergot alkaloids containing methyl ergometrin and ergotamine, where P stand for the prostaglandins containing dinoprostone and carboprost. Now let's talk about the uterine relaxant. Uterine relaxant is also called tocolytics. So before I really explain the drugs that are coming under the class of tocolytics, I must say that you need to know a sentence, that is magnesium block the contraction of uterus. Magnesium block contraction of uterus. So what is the trick to recall the drugs, that is tocolytics? For that you need to understand and you need to recall the sentence, that is magnesium block contraction of uterus. Like we will be more focusing upon the B, M, B, C and O. Like where M, it stand for, it contain magnesium sulfate and magnesium gluconate. Magnesium sulfate given intravenously, magnesium gluconate it is given orally. It is given orally. So Mg stands for magnesium sulfate intravenously, and magnesium gluconate, that is given orally. Now where B stands for the beta 2 agonist. Basically this beta 2 agonist, it is first choice tocolytics agents. The most important class of the tocolytics are beta 2 agonists. It is the first choice tocolytic agents. Now in the category of beta 2 agonists, we are having a further certain drugs. So for that you need to understand and you need to recall, and you are more focusing on this word, that is first, where every single alphabet will indicate the particular drug of the tocolytics. Like F stands for phenotyrol, I stands for isosoprine, R stands for ritodrine, S stands for salbutamol, S and T stand for terbutaline. So the beta 2 agonist contains some drugs. For that we are having a mnemonic, that is first, where F stands for phenotyrol, I for isoxaprine, R for ritodrine, S for salbutamol, and T stands for the terbutaline. Now if we see the C, that is calcium channel blockers. Out of calcium channel blockers, that is nifedipine. Nifedipine is the only calcium channel blocker that is tocolytics. And O stands for the oxytocin antagonist containing atoseban. So where O stands for the oxytocin antagonist, that is atoseban. So student, this is all about the drugs acting on the uterus. I will repeat it once again. So drugs acting on the uterus broadly classified into two parts: uterine stimulants and uterine relaxants. For the uterine stimulants, we are having a trick, that is oxytocin excite the pregnant uterus, where we will more focusing on the initial letters of this sentence, where O stand for oxytocin, E stand for ergot alkaloids containing ergotamine and methyl ergometrin, where P stands for prostaglandins containing dinoprostone and carbapros. Now let's talk about uterine relaxant. Uterine relaxant is also called tocolytics. So in order to recall all the drugs that are coming under the class of tocolytics, for that we are having a mnemonic, that is magnesium block contraction of uterus. So where Mg stands for magnesium sulfate and magnesium gluconate. Magnesium sulfate given intravenously, magnesium gluconate given orally. Where B stands for the beta 2 agonist. These are the first choice tocolytic agents. The drugs that are coming under the class of beta 2 agonists, for that we will be more focusing upon first, where F stands for phenotyrol, I stands for isosoprine, R stands for ritodrine, S stands for salbutamol, and T stands for terbutaline. Now where C stands for the calcium channel blocker, that is nifedipine. It is very important. It is oftenly asked that which of the drugs that is being calcium channel blockers are basically tocolytics. So that is nifedipine. Nifedipine is the only calcium channel blockers that is tocolytics. And O stands for oxytocin antagonist including atoseban. So student, this is all about the drugs that are acting on uterus. Hopefully you will like the video. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe our channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.